Good afternoon. This is Shawn Archer, Land Title, Northern Colorado. I got Anthony Meisner with me. He's our team lead up in Boulder County and our tech and statistic expert. He is awesome. He knows everything about every market in the
Thanks
state.
for having me today, Shawn.
Yeah, he's here to help us go over some of the statistics for Northern Colorado. Days on the market, average sales price, price per square foot, things like that. So just wanted to give you all a heads up on what's going on in the market. You guys know what's going on, but it's still nice to look at statistics and hear from some experts who I think we know what we're talking about. So Anthony, you want to switch over to
right into this. Why don't you start with single family homes and let's just kind of take it from there.
So the average price in Larimer County for single family homes over last month, 686,000, with a median closed price of 580,000. So overall, the average sales price is up 0.4% over last year, that's pretty good considering a lot of the talk in the market and how things are going with some of the people around the area. So, and then the median sales price at 580,000 is down 1.7% over last year. Still not too bad considering, all the chatter. Oh, it's a buyer's market and sellers are taking forever. So Larimer County is doing a little bit better than others, I think.
Yeah, it seems super resilient. I mean, on the flip side of that, though, I'll give you the bad news, right? The bad news is the condo townhouse market is not favoring nearly as well as the detached market. But that's kind of par for the course across the entire Front Range. There's a lot of challenges in the detached market, right? We're having HOA issues. We're having lots of insurance problems. There's just a lot of rising costs. And since the condo townhouse market is supposed to be this affordable product, we're just not feeling the affordability. And I think that's what's compressing prices a lot. So since buyers are tending to lean towards the detached market at this point in time, you're feeling it here, right? And so the average, it's down 15.5%. I don't think it's quite that bad. It was kind of a little bit of an off month being under 400,000, but the median shows you at 390. We could easily be down a little bit more than maybe is comfortable, right? So we're showing 9% drop on the median. When you look at it from the average price per square foot perspective, that's a good second check, right? Yeah. But we're at 300 a foot. That's 6.6% less than it was last year. It bounces around a little bit, but it's definitely negative. We're definitely feeling that price compression.
Yeah, the condos tend to be, people don't account for the HOA and how big of a difference that makes in your monthly payment versus, you've got a $500 monthly HOA fee. That's the equivalent of about $40,000 worth of buying power in a single family home, So that's where a lot of people are seeing the challenges, I think, in the condo market, trying to get those sold.
Yeah, for sure. Tell us about what's going on supply-wise.
Supply. Whew, look at that number, 2,064 active listings last month, 28% more than this time last year. That's a big jump. It is a big jump. So, and if you look at new listings for the month, we've got 849 versus 767, which is a 10% increase month over month, but or year over year for that month. But man, 28% higher. It's giving a lot of buyers opportunities to make a deal. So, seeing seller concessions on probably 60% of the deals I'm hearing, and it's taken a little bit longer to move properties.
Yeah, that's a pretty big shift. And the interesting part I see is that this last year in 2025, the sellers have had to act before the buyers were ready to get back in the market. So, at that 800 and something on the market, only 500 went under contract last month. It's still up quite a bit from last year, right? We have 10% more buyers participating, which is great news, but we still have a 300 person void. And so when we have a void of 300 units every single month, pretty much all year so far, that really is adding to that supply line. And if you look at the month supply of inventory that we show on this demand slide, we're up 20% on our month supply of inventory. We're taking this to where it's definitely become out of balance. Like Shawn was saying, if we're experiencing 60%, of homes are having some sort of concessions in the neighborhood of 10,000 or more, it really leads us to believe that buyers are in the driver's seat here, which, if you're a buyer or you're working with buyers, that could be really, really beneficial. I think this is a great time to get in the market, especially with that price compression a little bit and just the stability and buying in such a great county. But, it's a tough market if you're a seller.
Market activity, it looks like 40 days average on the market. It's up only about 3 days or 8% over last year. So that's not terrible.
Well, it's miraculous compared to what everybody else is experiencing, right? I mean, a lot of the other markets we cover, this number in some cases is 40% higher. In some cases, it's 20% higher, but Larimer County is much more stable than most.
Yeah. Well, and look at our 99% of actual list price. So that means, people want to live here, and they're maybe willing to pay a little bit more to live up in northern Colorado and Fort Collins.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all we've got for you today, but don't forget to reach out to Shawn or myself if you need help with any statistics in any way. We have a lot of local insights, right, Shawn? We put out 100+ markets, so those are always available, and we're always happy to work through.
Yeah, we've got 45 offices around the state, so we're in every market you need to. So if you got people all over the place, we can help you. Thanks for listening. Take care.